Right, Mikki, thinking back to the Knights game originally, what did you make of that performance?
Yeah, I was really happy and pleased with our performance at the Knights game. I think we started really strongly, and that was probably a really main focus of ours, considering that Bath weekend. We don't think we started any game that strongly, so was really adamant to sort of come out of the blocks firing, and our percentages from that first quarter especially were really, really high, which is great. And yeah, I was just really proud and impressed with our grind out performance, you know, in lots of different combinations and trying a lot of new things. I think we really solidified some structures off of our back lines, etc., etc. So really happy with the win.
And getting back to a traditional style of netball as opposed to fast five and big showdown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, I think we've had quite a long prep, and in places broken. You know, we took a break after fast five because the players needed it, and I think it's really important that, you know, mentally they can come back with a little bit of a refreshed mindset. But yeah, it's a completely different format. You know, we've done a lot of sort of pre-season stuff based around fast five, and then obviously we played in the big showdown, but it was a shorter format, which is good in some ways, but as you say, is quite untraditional and doesn't really indicate a lot towards our 15-minute style of play. So it was good just to play an hour's worth of netball and sort of see how everyone's lungs and legs feel after running out for 60 minutes in that format. And yeah, as I say, you know, we learnt a lot about each other from that Bath weekend, but we learnt more about each other from that 60-minute performance, and that's what we'll continue our next lot of sort of pre-season games. I think we've got 3 more coming up before the 22nd of Feb, so all of that will be in the same format.
And heading into this weekend, obviously playing Wasps, it's going to be a fiery game, sold out SSP. How are you feeling going into this one? Yeah,
sold out really early as well, so it'll be really loud in here and sort of good for the newbies in our ranks to experience what it's like to play in front of a sold out crowd here at SSP on our side, rather than coming here and being against it. Wasps is always a really good tussle, and you know, same as last pre-season really, we want to target and play against teams that are going to be really tough to compete against in the league, because, you know, we want to raise ourselves to that standard. And, you know, Wasps are coming off the back of some performances out in New Zealand and experiencing that kind of style of play, which will be completely different to our English Super League. So it'll be good to play them early and see sort of, they've only got a couple of new players, but it'll be good to see sort of what they're like early doors. And, you know, I said it before the Knights game, and I'll say it again, pre-season isn't really about the results. It's more just about using it as a benchmark to see where we're at, and if the block of training we've done previously has worked, and what is our new focus leading into the next block. So it'll be good just to see where we're at compared to where we was 3 weeks ago against Knights.
And you say that the result isn't you know, the most important thing for pre-season, but it really could lay down a mark, couldn't it, being a team like Wasps in pre-season?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're all professionals and we're all athletes first and foremost. Of course we want to win. You know, we don't go into any game targeting it as anything less than that. But you know, in pre-season we have to be realistic with each other and with ourselves, and, you know, we have bigger ambitions, and, you know, we will be where we need to be, but hopefully that will be in the weeks leading towards semi-finals as opposed to 6 weeks before the season even starts. And the reality of the situation is we're a new side. You know, we've got 6 new members of our squad, so it's going to take a little bit of time to rebuild that. Coming up against a team like Wasps, you know, they're 3-time champions of this league, and I know they're not defending champions anymore, but they've kept sort of 14 of the same 15 squad members that they have the past few seasons, so they're a lot more ready-made, if that's a thing, than we currently are at this moment in time. That's just the reality of the situation. But you know, it's always good to benchmark ourselves against the top teams in this league, and Wasps are always up for a game, and, you know, we get on with them really well, and Mel's always a great coach and a lovely person, so yeah, it's pretty much a given that we'll play each other pre-season at some point.
Have you got any injury issues going into the weekend?
No, not as it stands. You know, I think probably that's one thing we've suffered most in our pre-season prep, not so much injuries, but just change in squads. You know, we're yet to have a training session or a week where all of our squad is available. That's all 15 members. You know, we're bringing back a couple from ACL recons, which will be ready to go sort of somewhere through midway the season. Ellie Kelk is sort of touching distance to being ready to play. We're targeting the Stars pre-season friendly in a few weeks' time for her return. So we're 3 players down automatically from that. Lorraine, we're nursing back to full fitness just from a little bit of a break away from the game, so she won't be available in the Wasps game as well. So, and obviously with Yazpi as part of the Roses programme, her preparation with us is slightly disrupted because she's not with us all the time, and rightfully so, because she's a full-time Roses player. So I'll be really grateful for the week that we have everybody back into our squad. But you know, it's good. It's good to have a small training group and to spend that time really focusing on some key areas of the core. But certainly heading into this weekend, no injury issues.